Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. We're going to talk about why the blockchain game sector hasn't really been slowed down, even by the bearish market. Now, of course, you're saying, well, but Mana and Gala and all those things have been affected. Yes, the coins have been affected, but the basically VC investments in crypto games have not really been affected at all, and they remain very, very strong despite the bear market. Ethereum actually peaked in unique active wallets roughly last May, in May of 2021, but crypto games did not actually peak in terms of active wallet users until June of this year, so a year and a half afterwards, and VC sentiment remains strong. So the guys with the big money are still pouring money into making these crypto games and metaverses, which means that they believe that there's massive potential in this. And you can see that with Facebook's Meta, Microsoft buying Blizzard and wanting to get into NFT stuff, Epic Games making like their own titles in the market. I think there is a big argument to be made that crypto games could actually blow off the top once we get the next bull market. So a lot of investors are keeping very optimistic on crypto games despite the huge risk that it takes. So you might want to think about putting some of your portfolio, not very much of it I would say, but some of it into some of these crypto games that could actually be pretty big. And at the heart of it is play to earn. You probably want to look at some more long-term projects that are probably that may not launch for 1 or 2 years, but that have a good team and actually have good funding. The funding is actually really important because without funding, the game can't be made. If Epic Games, that game they're actually creating, ever comes out with a coin, I might buy that coin. Likewise, if Microsoft and Blizzard are making a crypto game and that game has a coin, I might actually buy that coin because I think those are the ones that are really going to be hot in the next bull market. So according to the report, the gaming sector in crypto reached a peak as recently as June this year, when it finally experienced a slowdown as measured by the number of unique active wallets. So June was the first time it actually had a slowdown. As you can see, Q4 2021 and Q1 2022 were pretty much equal. DeFi has gone down, but games did not actually go down, and NFTs didn't really go down that much either. Q2 2022 saw only a slight decrease for games, a little bit decrease for NFT, and of course decreases for DeFi. So essentially, games actually peaked a lot later, and the investment for games still remains strong from VCs. And basically, they are not the game coins themselves, but the investment pouring into these games is outpacing the investments going into anything else. It is further noted that second quarter this year saw venture capital investments of $2.5 billion flow into the sector, which it said maintained the pace set in the first quarter and already surpassed the annual milestone of $4 billion set in 2021. So the first 2 quarters of this year already passed all of last year in terms of VC money. So the guys with big money, this is actually what they're investing in right now. So if you're wondering what the whales are investing in, this is one of the sectors they're investing in the bear market. So there has to be some potential later in the bull market. Now, fat cats have been wrong before. We all know that. But many times they aren't wrong, and they do get a lot of these things right. Among the areas in the gaming sector that stood out the most were virtual world related NFTs, basically land, so that other world land stuff and some of those Pavia land cells, you might want to buy a chunk just leave it there to see if it goes up. You probably don't want to spend too much money on it, but maybe gambling on 1 or 2 pieces of land that aren't extremely expensive, that actually might be in your favor. So another bright spot in the report was Alien Worlds, and that's a fairly well-known game. The second highest ranked game by unique active wallets. The game's player base remained more or less stable over the quarter, with the number of active wallets falling just 4%, when everything else tumbled into infinity. Like Axie Infinity, for example, has lost 40% of its players, while Alien Worlds just lost 4% of their players. So we have those numbers actually backing us up. The gaming sector still remains strong in the eyes of VCs, and you might want to look at investing a couple of your bucks into these games. Not very much, I would say, but at least a couple. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.